What the fuck?
What's your emergency?
My husband cheated on me a few weeks ago, and I was cleaning out his drawers because he hasn't been back, and I was going to throw them out or give them to Goodwill or I don't know.
Ma'am, is your husband in the house?
No.
What's your name, dear?
My name is Shannon Hudgens. I live on 247 Oakwood Drive.
All right, Shannon. Why are you calling today?
As I was saying, I was going through his clothes and turning out his pants pockets, as one does. If he's leaving me, God forbid he loses some money out of his pockets. But, I found polaroids, 5 or 6 of them, and they all had women on them.
So there's no cause for concern other than your husband committing adultery and taking provocative photos?
That's the thing. All of the women were covered in blood.
I see. All right, Shannon. I'm going to send over a few officers to assist you and figure out what's going on. Are you all right to be alone for a few minutes, or would you like me to keep you on the line?
No. I'll be okay. Thank you.
All right, the officers will be there soon. If you can, please stay out of the room with the photographs.
Thank you. Hello, officers. Please come in.
Good morning. I'm Officer Harrison, and this is Officer Bergman.
Thank you for coming all the way out here. Can I get you two anything?
No thank you, ma'am. Would you mind showing us where you found the photos?
Yes.
Do you know where your husband was going or who he was with?
No, he said he was going on a business trip to Atlanta. He said he'd be gone a few weeks.
What time did you find these photos?
About 10 o'clock this morning, sir.
And has your husband...
Paul.
Has Paul ever hurt you or hit you in any way?
No, he'd never do anything like that. At least, I didn't think so.
And how long do you think this affair has been going on? Would you say that there's multiple lovers?
I don't know. We've been happily married for 8 years. We barely argue.
And where is Paul right now?
When he left 2 weeks ago, he said he was going on a business trip. I didn't think to ask where he was going. I didn't think I needed to. I trusted him. I just assumed he was in Atlanta. He's always there.
Would you be willing to come down to the station with us?
Am I in trouble, officers?
Nothing like that. We just want to take your statement on what happened.
And if you know anything else, like what flight he was on or the conference he was at?
Yes, of course. May I take my own car? I need to run some errands today.
All right, Miss...
Shannon Hudgens.
Mrs. Hudgens?
That's me.
I'm Detective Florence Brekken. If you could follow me to my desk. So, can you tell me how exactly you found those pictures?
You see, ma'am, Paul and I have been together for several years, and I never even thought he'd be capable of adultery, let alone with someone so many years older than him. I mean, what does she have that I don't? I suppose 10 years, considering her age.
Not so much the pictures.
Oh. As I was saying, Paul left me for another woman, an older woman, and I was angry, and I was putting his clothes into bins and turning out his pockets to see if he left any more money I could take. I mean, he left me in a ranch house to pay rent on my own with a waitress job. It's not like we've paid off the house yet. I found the photographs in one of his pockets.
About what time?
About 10 o'clock, ma'am.
And what did you do after you found the photos?
I ran to the kitchen to call the police.
And after that?
The 911 operator told me not to go back into the bedroom, and so I made myself some coffee.
Then?
When the police arrived, they took the photographs and asked me to come down to the station with them.
And you asked to drive separately?
I have things to do. Errands to run. I'm a very busy woman, you know.
When would you say your husband left?
About 2 weeks ago.
And how did you find out about the affair?
I found panties in one of his drawers while I was cleaning. Detective, how long is all of this going to take?
I only have a few more questions to ask before I let you run your errands. Excuse me a moment. Your record states that you were admitted to Illinois Juvenile Detention Center at the age of 10 to 15 years old. You went to foster care and moved around until you were 18. It says here you never stayed with a family longer than a few months. Why was that?
You have no right to talk to me like that. My husband was the one that did something awful, not me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We are required to do background checks on all victims and those involved with cases like this. It's just a protocol, nothing personal.
Anyone who knows about my past looks at me different, makes me out to be some terrible person. And then my parents died.
The judge thought you did it.
I didn't murder them!
I didn't say you murdered them.
The only person who saw through my past was Paul. It never changed how he saw me.
We're gonna find your husband and figure out what happened.
Thank you, Detective.
Feel free to go. Would you like me to escort you out?
No, thank you. I remember the way.
That has shaken our community. Local police uncovered the remains of several women in the woods near South Bunhark Road, stumbled upon by local fishermen just a few days ago. While the identities remain unknown, the brutality of the scene has left investigators and residents deeply disturbed. Stay tuned as we follow this terrible story.
Police!
Shannon Hudgens, you're under arrest for the murder of your husband, Paul Hudgens.
What?
Carol
No, this
Hansen,
isn't right.
Judith
Don't
Evans,
touch me.
and Barbara Mitchell.
No, my husband was the one that
You
killed
have the
me.
right to remain silent. You can and will be used against you in the court of law.
You have the right to speak to an attorney and you have one present during questioning.
Let me out! I'm innocent!
Hello, Shannon.
What am I doing here?
The officers who escorted you here explained why.
Escorted? Is that what we're calling that? I was being assaulted!
We have reason to believe he killed your husband, along with 3 women who I assume he slept with.
I did not!
Your husband left on a business trip about a week and a half before he found out about his affair. Remind me, how did you find out about the mistresses?
I found a photo of him and the other women.
Is that so? In our first encounter a few months ago, you put in a statement that you found another woman's panties in your husband's pants pocket.
I did! Then I found a photo of them.
Your story is changing, Mrs. Hudgens.
Okay. Okay. You got me.
Excuse me?
Oh, you win. I killed my husband and his 50-year-old little mistress. Oh, and women like her. They had it coming, to be honest.
Please continue. How did you kill them?
Well, when I first found out they were sleeping together, I was shocked. I mean, sleeping in our bed, come on. But then, the next time I caught them, Paul was having sex with that skank in the shower. They were both so shocked. I shot Paul in the knee first, and then the girlfriend.
What was the reason for you shooting them?
Hello? Are you blitzed? He was sleeping with a woman nearly twice his age.
When your husband was found, he had several lacerations throughout his body. The coroner assumes it was from cold weather and animals, but he was buried several feet underground.
Oh, I'm so glad you appreciate the head start. Burying him in the winter so his body wouldn't decay. You're welcome. I wasn't sure if you'd ever find him or the other women.
Other women?
Oops. Did I say too much?
What do you mean, other women?
Oh, Brecky. Haven't you been listening to the radio?
Did you kill the 9 women that were found in those woods? Did you kill those women?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Why?
He was sleeping with all of them, that scuzz! Or maybe he wasn't. Not a clue. But what I do know is if he goes for women who looked like her, then other husbands would go for that type of woman too.
Women who look like her?
Looked, Brecky. Past tense. Very dead. Anyway, I figured if he goes for dark-haired, tan women in their 50s, then I might as well get rid of most of them so that the other cheating husbands can't sleep with them. It serves them right for staging up all of this. Oh, would you get me a magazine? For me? While I'm here.
Thank you, Shannon. You've been very cooperative. I'll find something for you.
Much obliged, Detective.
Shannon Hudgens, you've been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole on the counts of first-degree murder for 9 women and 1 man. Do you have any final statements?
Thank you for a truly delightful experience.
I'm